Treasurer, do you feel any need to apologise to those voters who put their faith in Labor, expecting them to keep their promise on the Stage 3 tax cuts?
Well, I think we're rewarding their faith in us by doing the right thing by them. I think you build trust by taking the right decisions, even if they're difficult, and taking those decisions for the right reasons and trying to put a good economic outcome ahead of any kind of political pressure that you might get as a consequence of it. And here I really pay tribute to the Prime Minister. When we changed our position, we were upfront about it, we owned it, we took responsibility for it, and we explained it. And I think that's how you build trust.
You always said that as Treasurer you would have a focus on the middle class and on the suburbs. So how does your changes to Stage 3 tax cuts reflect that aspiration?
Well, I think it shows very clearly that Labor is the party of Middle Australia. What we've been able to do here in giving a tax cut to every taxpayer, but with a bigger emphasis on Middle Australia, the hardworking people in our suburbs and regional towns, is to not just recognise the pressures that Middle Australia are under, but to do something more about them. And that's what we've tried to do.
With these tax changes, you are reducing some benefits to taxpayers and increasing benefits to other taxpayers. That is often regarded as a redistribution of wealth approach to economic policy or class warfare. Is Labor still a centrist party of aspiration, opportunity and reward for effort?
Yeah, this is all about governing from the centre. It's about governing from the mainstream. It's about recognising that taxpayers right up and down the income scale need and deserve some tax relief. And that's what we are providing here. What we've tried to do is to recognise that we could deliver this $107 billion in tax relief in a more effective way, not by making people go backwards, but by ensuring everyone still gets a tax cut. It's still generous for people on higher incomes, but with a bigger emphasis on Middle Australia. And we've explained why that's important, that we go about it that way. But what we've really deliberately done here is not to set one part of the community against another part of the community. We've been very inclusive here to make sure that every taxpayer gets a tax cut, bigger emphasis on Middle Australia, but in a way that recognises that these cost of living pressures do exist right up and down the income scale.